Go. Hi there, this is Fari Hemzi. I'm just going to introduce Admiral Marcus Esposito. Time and date, it's 5:08 p.m. It's Thursday, December 19, 2019. Oh, one housekeeping item. This Saturday, mid-afternoon, we will be shutting down our servers because we're moving our main front-end server, the only IP that's there, the whole system sees, to a brand new fancy machine, a lot of memory, high-speed drives. More importantly, it's a muscle CPU because our load is just exploding. 1,850 people on the free trial is not a joke. And so we're pleased to have you, but we need to serve you properly. It has a new operating system, new SQL, new email server. Has cost us a few bucks. We've been doing this for a while. It's not new. This idea started early this year, and then by summertime, we had it in pieces that we want to get going. The problem was there's some differences between what's available now versus what you're seeing. What you're seeing is 13 years old. So we had to make some modifications, run it parallel. We're just throwing a switch on Saturday. And we think we're going to have very little issue. We can't say it's going to be zero. That's not practical. We're going to have very little issue, but I think we're ready for it. The team, myself, my brother Nader, Nancy, and of course, Larry, our CTO. And Larry ran Echo, which we had 250 servers, and was the largest processor for credit cards for Discover and Amex in the Caribbean. For Amex in the Caribbean, Discover in the US. So you're in good hands. We're going to make sure it's as easy as possible, and so for Saturday. They were ready for tonight. I said no, because tomorrow's an OX. We're not going to do that. Okay? With that said, welcome to the second webinar on OTF Lite. It's an idea that Admiral had in mind. He and I were kicking some ideas around. So let him get into that, and then I'll come in the back end, talk about a few items about NQ. Go ahead, sir.
All right, thank you, Fari. Hello, everybody. So a while back, Fari and I chatted about how to bring the trading community a product that we think is one of simplicity, with not a lot of risk, and an opportunity for us to pass on our decades of experience and obviously Fari's decades of technology to the end user in a reasonable platform that's basically very simple to see as far as what we're offering as far as ideas for trades, and basically hand feeding opportunities to buy, sell both the NQs and the ESs. Fari's forte, the NQs, which he's very active throughout the day, separate from this idea. And I don't trade the ES future itself, but I'm very active with the SPY underlying stock ETF. I use that as one of my major hedges in the portfolio that I'm trading with my partner. And I use all of Fari's technology that he's brought to fruition over the past couple decades in being able to understand the bigger players in the marketplace, looking for their footprints, what I always said was integral to understanding the marketplace. Back in the very beginning days of options, when I was in the trading pits, there was only one exchange, the CBOE. And then when they went dual listing to the Amex and the CBOE, and now today you have 12, 13 exchanges offering options on all these underlyings. Well, what happens with that is that means there's multiple trades going up on multiple exchanges. So in order to really get a good handle forensically on what's going on with any products, you got to bring in all that information, gather that data of the trade volumes, see where it's at. And this is what Fari's been able to accomplish with his technology in these futures. And the other reason why the NQs and the ES futures are so important to this philosophy and process of what we're bringing to opportunity as an opportunity to people is this massive liquidity. So people trading this aren't going to cause a liquidity problem with trading these two products. So Fari built technology that allows us to basically see a footprint of the large trades that go up, not my one lots or your one lots or 10 lots or 20 lots. He's monitoring and filtering out in the NQs and the ESs ESs, all the large size block trades, and basically painting a picture. As you can see in the streamer in front of you, the different time frames, and what he's doing there is showing the different sizes that's happening here.
Sir, it's not different
Right.
time frame. It's different block
Sizes,
sizes.
different block sizes.
Right. Yeah.
And what you could see is, if when you look at this, you'll see how if you go right to left, you're going to see these the changing of the patterns in each of these frames. That's showing you where the sizes are. And then you have in each of the frames, you have a median, you have the different bandwidths that are there. And it's these ranges of these block size trades that are going up throughout these different prices that we analyze and look at potential opportunities for trades. So when I'm trading the ESs, I try and create positions that allow me to trade the movement, which I call gamma in my position, where I could buy and sell. So what do I need? I need support areas. I need resistance areas. And you could see from the streamer in front of you, there's a lot of different colored bandwidths there. They all have meanings. And as far as it gets into discussing the NQs, that will be a little clearer to everybody that's looking at this. When you see the middle of the screen, you'll see the CI, which is basically tracking a lot of that momentum that's going on above. And that momentum gives us opportunities to see when something is overbought or oversold by looking at it where you see the zero median line on the CI there on the middle part of the four streamers. That gives us an indication as where the momentum and strength is. And if you look beneath that, you'll see these bars that look like mountain ranges, both above and subterranean. Which shows you where the action is to the upside, trending up, and to the downside, trending down. And the extent of those bars tells you the strength of those moves in the respective areas that you're seeing above where the size block trades are taking place. What I'm trying to do throughout the day is I'm trying to look for what I think are very high probability trades to succeed, not necessarily for a lot of money. I'm looking for high probability of winners in trading the ESs. So I'm looking for levels where the market may be oversold, where it may be overbought, where it's touching on all these different bandwidths from frame to frame, the sizes that are being put up there, the amount of bars that you have, obviously green being up volume bars, red being down volume bars, and find an opportunity that makes the most sense fitting within these streamers as opportunities to sell the market, buy the market. Now, the last couple of weeks, it's been a little bit difficult because we've had a lot of side-to-side trade. Okay, moves up, moves down, moves up, moves down, but market really going nowhere. And then when you have had a big move, mostly to the upside in the last couple of weeks, a lot of times that's taking place in the overnight session. So when we get to the actual day session, which is 8:30 Chicago time to the 3:15 p.m. time here, what happens is there's not a lot of that movement because the big exaggerated move has taken place in the overnight session. So the last few weeks, we haven't had a lot of these high probability trades to put on, obviously to the upside in the way the market's been acting and breaking records. And then obviously if there's anything to the downside. So what I'm looking is to try and capitalize on finding opportunities that are high probability opportunities using all the technology that Ferry has created and makes available to me and others that are involved with the platform, and pass that on to you through Twitter, which is a very quick, easy medium source to get communication out to you, which is what I will do. I will post it on Twitter. You'll see what the trade is to buy or sell. You'll see always ES buy to open with a stop because I want to mitigate obviously the risk of the trade. The goal here is to make singles and doubles. If we get lucky and we're able to get a run on in a particular buy or sell, I'll let it run and then take it off to capture more. But my goal is to try and pick up maybe 3 to 5 to 6 handles a trade, and to mitigate the loss to maybe 1.5 to 2.5 if I'm stopped out, which is not an easy task to take into. But at the same time, my goal is to try and have high probability winners, creating a high percentage of winners, so that when we look at the end of each week, that we're picking up a few shekels here or there, hopefully anywhere from $300 to $500 or more a week. And you add those all together for the month, and that's a nice little tidy sum with very little risk, which is the goal of what I'm trying to accomplish with the OTF Lite ES scheme of things. In the past, we tried to get a lot of people involved in understanding the technology and trying to teach them. And a lot of times people don't have time. They don't have time to do what we basically do in our sleep, both Ferry and I, because of all the years of experience. I mean, I've been in the marketplace since 1978. So, that's quite a bit of years, 41 years, trading the markets and understanding the markets. And Fari has got at least a good 25 to 30 years at doing this. And he's built technology to assist myself and obviously himself. And what we're doing is aggregating all that experience, all that technology, and passing it on to you in NQ and ES trades.
Well,
so
Admiral, Admiral, let's be honest. You were instrumental during the time I was in Chicago by keep pushing me forward on this quest. Follow the money, forget the small guys. The movements of the big guys. If it wasn't those encouragements, it was you and another gentleman in Chicago, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, this is what trading is all about. I mean, when you're
Teamwork.
In the pits in the old days,
collaboration.
When you were in the pits in the days, you watch the different brokers come in. You know which brokers representing which houses were the good ones that you didn't fade, and you tried to jump on the bandwagon and move in the same direction of what they were doing, even though you're trading with them. Mm-hmm. And then there was those brokers that came in, which were always a fade, different houses. So basically, you needed to have some kind of opportunity to do a forensic analysis. And this is what Ferry has created. He's looking for the footprint that's going to lead us down the path of success. Right. And that's what goes on here. And I take the streamers and the technology and then obviously all my experience, and I apply that to what I'm seeing in the marketplace. I'm adding to that what's coming across the tape and news, and I'm adding to that where the market's at relative to where it's been. I'm adding to that the combination of are we overbought, are we oversold? So it's all this technology that we're looking at and basically just glancing at both Fari and I, and we have a very good feel for where the markets are going from that. If a novice or someone that's just getting involved and trying to understand the technology were to do that, it's going to be very difficult to read for them, take them a long time. And like I said, I've had a lot of people come up to me in the last year and a half. You got something that I could just maybe make $300 to $500 a week that's really simple, where I don't take a lot of risk, and you kind of can hand feed me to what I got to do. I'll open the account, I'll capitalize it, and if you show me the technology and the wherewithal to how to do this, mm-hmm. I'll jump in and do it, and then let's see how well we can do. And this is how we created OTF Lite for NQ and ES.
Very true. Recently I've been getting the same input too. People are, maybe when we read the OTF, it was just all technology. When we introduced it on the platform, it was just too complex to connect to the cloud, to get the Skype running. People would come in and they would mess up. And remember, messing up early on is normal.
Yeah.
I used to teach at CME. Admiral has done a lot of work with SIBO. I also used to teach for SIBO too a little bit. If you look at CME, this is an unknown or undisclosed data. They would deny it, but I was part of the education team over there. The first 6 months of futures trading is the toughest. When I started back in the mid-90s, I went 3 years with no success. That's why I have an ex-wife. I'm sorry. I just kept on blowing accounts. Boom, boom, boom. First 6 months, in my case, 3 years, very difficult. This allows you not to have that risk. This allows you not to get involved with a technology issue, not to buy anything fancy. All you need is your phone with a what do you call it, the Twitter app on it. I was just showing that here for you guys. Let's see. Here's a tweet deck, and I suggest. I think Monroe asked me, or maybe it was another gentleman. Just set up feed right there. You go to the add column right there, and you could pick a user, put the name up there, and it opens a new column on the right hand side. You shift it over by clicking this down. You can move it around. Okay, just bring it back such that you have the user with a name on that. Everything we post there goes there. It doesn't get complicated or shuffled inside of all the Twitter feed you have. The key, and I would separate them, one for NQ, one for ES. Why? As we give color, as we give targets, as we give you an update on something that's going on that we think you should know, you don't want to get lost in it. Maybe you're following 200 people, which is not unusual. Even 100 people you're following on your Twitter, it gets out of control. I follow 2,000, mainly journalists, but I keep that separately. Here's what I do. I keep it. This is my own feed coming in. I have a lot of people coming on that I'm reading, but to keep things simple, I just use TweetDeck, and the new TweetDeck is owned by Twitter. Pre-update. It's a browser-based and updates for you. Otherwise, on your phone, you just go in there and set up, or maybe set up a separate. We can change that update for you. Set up one Twitter account. You can have more than one, just for this. And you give that handle to us. We make sure you're on the list. And this way, on your phone, all you see is what Admiral is doing, what I'm doing, period. Now, I trade a little bit faster because NQ is faster and NQ trends better, okay? But I don't trade often. Very rarely I trade midday. The times I'm trading at midday, I'm losing money. So I don't want to do that, okay? You kind of get a feel. I'm very good at the beginning, so I want to be here actually early. A couple of the trades I've had were early, but you see it in real time. And then we use it. We have a. Here we go. Let me get to. Let me go. I'll get into the platform for a second here. The timestamps it gives us, that's what we use. Okay, but we write out to you in real time. Okay, let me open this up. You'll see what I'm talking about. So when I write to a room, you're getting a copy too. Here's my. Where's my thing? Okay, there we go. Here we go. This is how I write it out in this mode. These are all Twitter accounts. This Hunter Killer sub is the Qs. We're going to add ES in there too, and this is going to be renamed. But this is what I want to call NQ. Admiral has his, he's writing it. As I type here, and here's your transcript, there's a log. This log cannot be edited. Why? Financial industry reasons. If you have a chat room, you cannot edit your files. For that, as you can see. That's what we use 4 digits there. For example, if I come back here to our data, and this is one of the guys from Microsoft set that up, you'll see for NQs, when I'm trading NQ, you see 6 digits. Oh, this should be, well, hold on. Murray, we missed that, hold on. There's a 0 missing. On that, you have to put a dash in. There we go, okay. Why is it 60? Because those are seconds. It will match every order we put in there, okay? And if we make a mistake, we'll come back and tell you. There's no editing, it can't be. You see it. And I usually use, Admiral trades 1 contract at a time, okay? He's very patient, he gives you limits, let the market come to him, and he runs with it. That's why he's very, very consistent. If you look at his data, let's look at this data right here. If you do a recap, I lost some money here in the details, okay? If you go on the ES, it comes with 20 handles, that's why I quit. I went to him, I said, ES is yours, I can't do it. I haven't traded ES for at least 2 years. This is not me. I gotta go back to NQ. I think people would love to see NQ 2 side by side. You take care of ES, I take care of NQ. We don't step over each other bounds. He goes, yeah, I like it. Well, I had Nancy Scott, our air boss, and also part of our email team, who was his decision, come back and go through all of that in detail, all of this, because now we have trader's name, date, and all that in there. Look up and see how much I lost. It comes to 20 handles.
Actually, well, 20, also,
yes.
that entry on line 6 and 7, where we lost 7 and lost 4, we actually were working through the logistics of this whole process.
Well, both of those, that was a problem on TweetDeck, correct?
Yeah, those were both winning trades, but we couldn't timestamp it properly and get them out on on the Twitter, so we couldn't obviously change that. And those turned into losses, but those were both winners as well.
Right. But we had 2 days that there were no fills. Right here, you see that, no fills. 18 and 19, we had no fills, okay? This one, there was very low volume. I think was it before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving? I forget. Maybe it was the day after. It was just
that one, yes, the odd day, yes.
That was that. That was the only time we have it. Everything else you'd see. Here's our alert time. Admiral uses alert time. I'm a trend trader, so I'm kind of going at the market. I'm doing a breakout. I'm buying the channel breakout and selling the breakdown. Okay, but he comes in methodically. He gives you alert. He tells you what to do. He gives you the price he wants to go in with the stop. The moment it gets filled, you get this timestamp. Okay, so here's the alert time. Here's the bias. Here's the target. Once it gets filled, your money management stop is engaged, and here's the entry time. Okay, so now then he gives you a profit target a few minutes later. Some of you guys have prompted. We're not that good at being prompted. We'll get to these, trust me. But as Patton said, I have my schedule, they have theirs. Let us get to you. There's a reason we haven't given you a target yet, but we will. Then we give you a target. Then we wait for it to go there. Now, if it starts failing, we have to do other things, like get out, or win with a little bit, or lose with a little bit, get out. We rarely sit there and get hit. Yesterday, I got hit on one order, but that's ENQ. ENQ moves. I'd lifted my stop. I used trailing. I shrank my trailing stop. That's why I get into trouble. Now, how do I do? That's another question we need to bring up. Let's see. Let me come here. Wrong screen. Let me come here. I use what's called DMZ. Has nothing to do with Guampino and Kim On-jung, but it came out at that time. It's called demilitarized zone. This is a very unusual indicator we wrote. It's based on DCI. Here's your CI. DCI is a dual CI. This is an offshoot of that. Look, the upper line is always green, and the lower line is red. You see it here too. This is what we call demilitarized zone in between, okay? And we're measuring that. But as it oscillates, it still tells us what you should be find as support, if not as a violation, and where you should be start shorting. Okay, in between, you just manage position. Okay, so we're watching that carefully. Now, one thing we need to add to this is that let's go to 15 on this. Okay, and I'm going to add ATR. I know some of you guys asked about what the ATR was. Let me add ATR. It's a canned formula. Comes with most platforms. Average true range, okay? And we look at very vanilla, but 15 minutes. That is how I watch our volatility, okay? It was at 8, it was 5. Now, in the tweets, you'll see that. Let me go to the tweets for you. There's the tweets on NQ. Here we go. As you see, I give color a little bit more than most, but here's the, okay, now we got ATR on it. Okay, hold on. There we go. Take a look at this. I said ATR 7.3, set your trading stop to 12. I use a 1.5 times there on a 15-minute ATR, keeps me clean. Now, that may be too much for you. I understand that. But remember, the multiple is 20. So this is $240 per contract, which is about 5 handle on ES. Okay. There are people who use three times of this easily. I know every gal, TFG trades 22 to 25 handles. I don't have the stomach for that. I want, if I'm wrong, I'm going to get out early. But you got to have some sort of analytical tool available, so you're not pulling numbers out of your hat. You just got to come up with some logic. So I give the ATR there. Let's go back here. So you get ATR from me, for example. Here we go. I do have ATR. Sometimes I'm giving you 10 handles. Sometimes it's increasing. Sometimes I give you a number. This is the number you should be shooting for. That's mine. And so on. And then we get filled. Sometimes I have a target for you. Now, if I don't put an order out there was an order I put out today. Let me go over that. Hold on. Here we go. Let me go to order out. There was an order out here that not bought to open, and filled as the rest be flat here. Hold on. Boom. But did I do anything else there? No. It must have been earlier in the day. Hold on. Sell 1.5. There was a sold here. Let me find it for you quickly. There we go. No, that's market again. It was a limit order. It was a limit order, but never got executed. Okay. And then yesterday was a question about one of the trades. I have been here. I'm having a hard time finding it. I know it went out today. We said go at this price, sold at this price, limit. The last word was limit. That means it's not executed yet. It's not market order. Okay, the price has to get there. Now we reserve the right to jump in if the conditions change. This is NQ to jump in there and give you. Let's see, is it here? Give you a override. There we go, right here. Okay, there we go. I knew there was one. So 7 hours ago, or timestamp 9:47, we gave a sell order at this limit. We're not there. We're below it. It's not executed yet. If it gets executed, we'll give you the fill. Okay. In between, we still added. And as we put that in, it jumped. Went crazy. There was a buy program on NAS. Remember, we have all kinds of tools. We see block trades by biggest stock names. We see by ETF. We see buy and sell programs. All of that is in our chat room. Our Rolls-Royce product, which is OTF. But that's expensive, and you got to be really entrenched into it. You can't do that, fine. This is simple. We give you some interpretation. We spoon feed you, as Admiral says, and then you could see what we're doing. Now, let me talk about the word tranche. Because I run money for TCM, that's Tico Capital Management. There are various size accounts there. Admiral runs a big portfolio. These are a smaller one, and they're not a fund, so they don't have a prospectus. They're segregated accounts. I'm exempt CTA, max 15 accounts, not more than that. One day I get to registration, we put them all under the same umbrella, would make my life a lot easier. But because we have different risk profile of these people, I got a guy who sold 55 Del Tacos for 100 mil, okay? And 3 partners, he just cashed out for 33 mil. He's got a lot of cash. He's a different animal, okay? I got guys with 100,000, which is like, hey, you need to be at 200, but they want to test the water 100, that's fine, come on in. So that's a different risk profile. Tranche means whatever X your account can handle, okay? And my suggestion to you is, on NQ, remember, margin is 990, okay? Let's come back here. NQ, your margin of a 990, there's a recap. Okay, right up here. There's your day trade margin, okay? 825 for ES, 990 for NQ. It may change. The actual leverage is about 174 to 1. Why? Because notional. NQ is trading at what? NQ is trading at, there you go. This is live NQ. 86.50, okay? Times 20, because multiple. So you're doing 86.80, right? Times 20. So the notional value is 173,000. If you divide by 990, it's 175 now. 175 to 1. That's not a joke. Okay? Imagine if you had that on your mortgage. Except 5 contracts is a mortgage. It's a nice mortgage. 170,000. 173,000 times 5 contracts. That's a $900,000 mortgage or a house. So you're really leveraging that fast. Except you have buyers available. You know where the buyers are, and you can't go home with it. You gotta get rid of it. Okay, so it's a very fast game. You gotta be there. Now, I want to give you this alert. We have seen, and we're trying to be careful. Actually, I've been trying to post less. Twitter could get a little bit behind, or could drop one occasionally. There was one trade several days ago. It dropped. Obviously, the beauty part is that we have a log that it doesn't drop anything because the usage is not that much. And then compared to Twitter, hello, and huge amount of resources of Microsoft Cloud is behind it. Has nothing to do with our service in California. This is Microsoft Cloud. So it's there. We know there's something is missing there. And there was a confusion, I think, who's the fellow? Joffrey, I forgot his last name. I think Bags something is his handle. He said, doesn't make sense. I took the snapshot, posted it right there. Said, listen, this is something we have to dig into it. We dug into it and we saw there was something missing in these posts. One of them. It's rare, but we find it. We give you a login to see where we are. And you could see when we go from long to short, we did something. Something changed there. We just don't jump back and forth. So, but here's what we have. Here's our transcript. I can go back, pull it out, and one day at a time, I could see what we did. Everything is there. Okay. BE. I was talking about BE. I go through here and I give you BE. Okay. Here's where BE are BE because I'm trying to get the optimal trailing stop there. Well, you don't need to BE because we have more than one tranche in. Two equal tranches. I'm not doing 1/3 ad like I used to do in my trading for the OTF. These are equal amounts. So if I'm in and figure out I'm going to use 3 tranches and keep one as a reserve. So 3 times 990. Okay. Fourth one as a reserve. That fourth one you at 990. I'm trying to come up with a minimum, absolute minimum account size. 3960. Say 4,000 is your firepower. And then you figure we could be off in terms of margin as a cushion. In terms of trailing stop, no more than maybe 14, 15 handles. So 15 times 4, 50 is 300 times 12. Let's say another 1,200. So you can't be below 5,000. Okay. Now, if you are, I suggest you really maybe with 5,000 trade 2 contracts. And one other suggestion: do not trade my first trade of the day. It may be one of the better ones. It could be also one of my bigger losers. Because first trade of the day, I'm trying to engage, and you got to get that skin in the game. You got to get adrenaline moving. But it's also one of the best opportunities while it's also very risky. Let me show you how. Believe me, we have gone through this through a School of Hard Knocks. No, I don't want to go there. Hold on. Where's my... oh, it's here. I'm sorry. There we go. Here, let me go here. We look at the IB levels, okay? We look at IB levels. Here's the NQ. You could see this area is very tough because nobody knows what the limits are, the high or low. But once they're set, then we have rules to play, and you can see how it follows that. As you see, most of the time my trades at the morning this is how I get into trouble. If I'm not as stubborn, I'll recover and then continue. And here's where I make some really decent money consistently. Okay, so I try to avoid here. I gotta have a really reason because this is lunchtime. I gotta be right here, but after that I get it. So and so forth. So but what I need to know what my B is. That's break even. If I put more than one tranche in, I have to know what my account break even is. Remember, as you get out, they take to your worst trade out first. Market isn't there to give you free money. Market is there to steal your money, including the brokers. Those are the rules. They take the worst trade out. So if you bring your BE down or up in your favor, but then you take partial out, not all out, but partial out, they'll take the worst trade out. Why? Because exchange has to stay AAA credit rating. Okay, and the Fed forces that. We have no choice. And that gets passed on to brokers. Brokers pass it on to you. You've actually signed for that already. That's how the pairing works on the multiple share contracts going in. But you need to know your BE. Now, if the ATR changes on us, okay, that's another issue we need to address here, guys. The ATR comes over and there we go. On 15 minutes. We have to recompute from the BE. You can't have multiples running. It's going to drive you nuts. Also, most software will lose the pairing. Keep that in mind. When you add or subtract, it's a trailing stop. It's not an absolute hard stop sitting there forever. It actually lifts itself up. It protects you. It protects your profit. As it keeps on going up, your stop keeps moving up. You see it on the dome. All right? But to do that, it's paired to your entry. If you sell that in a punch, the best thing is you cancel all, put a new order in, because you want to link it to the existing open orders. They don't teach you at TradeStation either. This is Hard Knocks. By the way, I run a multiple account with them, so it's a different window. You can gang them. They're trying to do what Interactive is doing, except you can use this software. It's much easier to plot here than manage things than in Interactive. Interactive is a horrendous thing. Great for money management, but not good for charts. Anyhow, So I suggested that I want to do multi-account, and they said, okay, we don't need to review you because I've been with them 20, 25 years. But if you, they said, like, we don't even approve it for some family offices, because if we don't know you, you could pull a trigger and collapse a bunch of accounts at the same time. So they review you. Well, I said, wait a second. I want to review you. Who the hell are you to review me? I mean, you're not going to review me. I understand that. You know me. But who says you're perfect? Why don't you give me a beta? Let me test. Guess what we found out? The trailing stuff, this is February, would hold about 2 minutes to about 3 minutes. It would lose it. And I told them, I said, guys, something is wrong. They said, Farry, we have tested it, this works. They've tested for one account. They're not tested multiple accounts. Guess what I did? I said, you know what? I'm going to take a video of this live. I'm going to trade one contract, not a simulator, a live account, one contract. If I go wrong, I'll pay the guy. I put the money in that account. No, or I'll take it on my own account. I don't care. One contract, but in the multiple account setting, see how it works. And we took a video of it and shipped them the video. And the 3 weeks to 4 weeks window of we need to work on that, we're going to figure it out, came down to 2 days. Because I sent it to one of the executive VPs and I said, gotta save me. This is ridiculous. You want me to go to Interactive? I'll take all the accounts with me. And so we did that. So what we learned after it was settled, the pairing has nothing to do with the technical issue there. Now it's working, but except when you take the paired out and you can't, it's sold out or bought back because you're being long or short. What's paired to it as a stop goes crazy. It's orphan. So you need to make sure you manage that on your software. There's a cancel all button. You hit that, wipes out all the stops and targets. Then you put back in what you need. Again, at that point, you want what ATR I'm giving you with a modification. Modification is about usually 1.5. So you see, I put that in there. Okay, that's average true range. Any machine has it. Most machines have it. I think Wilder did that. I forgot his first name. Wells Wilder, I think he did that. It's used also in ADX, how trendiness of the account of the asset is. So if you're not familiar, just go to here, average true range. Just look up average true range. There we go. You see this. Bunch of places have it, and Infestopedia has it. Read it. It's a very good thing to have to understand how what kind of a volatility we're talking about, and you could bring it down to short term. I request 15 minutes. Why? Because notice the DMZ that I really like, that works for me really good with NQ, is at 3 minutes. Okay, I still get my information from OTF. I still want to know what these big limits are, but within the realm of in and out, I want to play because these are pretty decent amounts. I want to know what my ATR is, except this gets too jittery. I bring that down by going to 15 minutes, which is notice a 5-to-1 ratio. These ratios are crucial. You do not want to go from 3 to 6 or 3 to 5. You want to go 3 to 15. Take the noise out, damp out the noise. Okay. All we're doing is DSP, digital signal processing. That's all we're doing. Okay. It's like an EKG. I don't care who the patient is. I can take a look and see if the patient is going to make it or not. All right. Let's see. Let me move forward. 2 more items. MBS. That's a bias that we have. This is MBS. It's in our Lingo page. Lingo page is right here. If you go here, there's a terminology Lingo page. Now we got a couple of comments about politics too, but you have fun. Myself, here we go. That's me. PDI, poor dumb immigrant. It's explained there. That's me. So, and if you believe that, we have a bridge for sale. But go and take a look at that. Where is it? No, it's still loading. Go and look at the trading. We're going to add these to it. MBS is there. The other one I want to talk about, there we go, trading technology. I think it's tradinglingo.asp. Okay. And the other thing is IB levels. Here's IB levels. Let's see. Let me bring it from a classical IB level. We wrote that, actually, a friend of mine and I, Marshall Freed, great ESNQ trader, back then on a telephone. Here's your levels. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the daily level. This is daily levels. This is weekly levels. Here's your IB levels. What IB does gives you a feel about what is going on with post news. News of a day and overnight is all embedded. You don't. This is yesterday morning. In between, you see a gap up. There's no data of the overnight plots, but you see the impact. It allows recalibrating your targets. A lot of folks on the floor use that, and basically look at the high and low of the first hour, and then do extensions above it. I was here in Chicago. FT71 said, "Look, I'm looking at something like that." I said, "I have it. Let me send it to you." And he calls it measured move. Fine. We call it IB, and this is the levels we look at. If need be, we open it up further, but they're massive helps in terms of figuring out where support resistance are. Look at what it was today. Now, today didn't trade too much. Yesterday was my birthday, so I was up and I was out a little bit. But I want to trade, live in the morning, and be ready for you guys. I didn't know we were going to go this far. By the way, on PMT, we went flat. Those of you in PMT, we went flat. Here's the PMT chart. Here's our reasoning. We are way up. This is all-time highs breaking out. We're at, again, 2 sigma. We're getting not a good confirmation on everything else. So something is off. We also look at D-Trender. We notice that we're not doing too good on transportation. That's not a good omen for ES and NQ or SPX and NDX being at all-time highs. And this is just coming up. This little bit we're getting. This is actually a little comforting to see that Russell, the small caps, risk takers are coming back in. But look at transportation. That's not a good omen for future economy. So let's take some off. We took 90 since November of 22. We've taken about 100 points out here, 95, 96 handles. That's good enough. Times 10, that's the amount of Dow points. That's enough. The other issue we have, also, this is pretty high up there. 75 is overbought. This is SP2. We're at 86 again. Watch out. It's gone too far. We're down here near -3. This is near a top. Earlier today, we're at -3 on the spread, which is, let's see. We should be out of Fs. Yeah, it should be G. It's G and K. It should be G and K. Let me verify that 1 second. No, it's still F. No, I'm sorry. It's correct. F and J. I'm sorry, F and J. Yes, January and April. Correct. Because December, I think, went off the boards today. Yeah. That's why it's not there, right? So that's about -3. Usually that's the top. This has gone up there. Here's a bigger one. I kept the best for last. This is SQ. You see what's happening with SQ? Look at where SQ has been. We were not up here since September of 18. You saw what happened October, November, and December of 18? Yeah. This is tail risk on the downside only of SPX, played by very, very big boys. I don't touch it. I'm too small to trade SPX. This is a very big one. It's computed once a day. Comes out of SIBO. $ SKEW.X. The first guy who talked to me about this was head of volatility trading at Citadel, the Indian guy. He says, "Faye, they got this thing. You want to take a look at it." And it took us a while to figure it out. The range is 150 and 100. Notice it has not done that. This is the one. The low has been 111. The high took it out. These are all-time highs. Was 159. But look, we're at 145. This says there's a down pressure coming. They're buying insurance. This is a tail risk. They're buying insurance. They're big boys. They know something we don't know? Probably. They usually do. So for that, I said, okay, listen, let's just take this off. Tomorrow's the expiration. We're going to probably pull back. It's going to be a soft couple of weeks with a lot of theta and very little move. We'll still keep our mind open, but for now, that's our call on PMT. Now, why do I go over that? Admiral gets the PMT. We talk about it. That's an input on how ES is traded. Of course, there's a high correlation of NDX and SPX. Rank 2 in the country, I'm going to take advantage of it. Took me 15, 20 years to learn what to do, what to look forward to. I'm not going to give up that edge. If I can work here and do better here, for me, for you, for everybody else, why not? So let me go back. Let's see, did we done that? So IB, we talked about IB, yes. So IB is initial balance. It stands for initial balance, and what we want to do, we have it for each. For example, Admiral is looking at this. This is the IB level. Of course, once we passes this level, we have to open up. We do. We go to our inputs and open up more room to get the more extensions. And this gives you, what it does, it gives you a relative sense of validity and a strength. Look how it changes orbits. It's not exact, but look how it goes and finds it. Why is it not exact? It's order flow. You're gonna buy because you think market is gonna go up. I'm gonna sell because my daughter has a wedding. Somebody else has a tax payment. There's a number of reasons order flow is created. Maybe they're doing a swap, whatever. But so it gets a little bit noisy, but overall, it goes back to these levels. And you can see it. If you look at it daily, you'll see. It tries to do that. Now, we don't run all 4 levels on each side because it'll squeeze the chart. We run 2 and 2. But once, for example, yesterday was a lot of sausage between the IB high, IB low. Very boring. Today was a breakout. They're juicing it into expiration tomorrow, in my humble opinion. Oh, you mean these markets are manipulated? Gee, I didn't know that. Okay. I'm making a T-shirt, an orange T-shirt that says 8 more years. I mean, this is the best volatility we've ever seen. So we like Guampino. 8 more years, yeah. Anyhow, but that's what we do. We take it off so we can see it better. So let's see. I've gone over that. These are the, what time is it? 5:44. Okay, I'll be quick. These are the items I want to add to the Lingo page. Now, the email from Mario today, I want to go over that. And he had some good points. Again, if you give us too much advice, we'll charge you extra for the webinars. No, I'm just joking, but hold on. Actually, he was new to the system. He used to be OTF trader himself with us years ago when we just started. But hold on, let me find his webinar, his question. What time was that? 12:42 today it came in. So hold on. To save time, I'd mark these things down so I was ready to go. 12:42. 12:42. Hold on. 12:42. No. Okay, so hold on. Oh, on the return. It came on the return. Right. Different email. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Here you go. Here's the email he brought up, and he said, "Listen," or let me do it this way. There we go. Okay. So let me take this other stuff out. Okay. He says, "Fari, what happened here? How come you had 86.29 and you got 32?" Well, if you go, he has not tuned in yet to the Twitter. You could see what we said. We're looking for 86.29. Looking for. I give a target based on what I see on the chart at the time. I believe that was an IB high. And we say why. We never put the order in of limit order to exit. Moment later, it runs up. It runs up fast. I do market order to get out. It's called a slippage. It's called positive slippage. You know what? Life is a series of positive slippages. That's why Admiral is where he is, and I am where I am. Admiral used to do in Arlington Heights. He was doing odds on their horses. Look where he is now. I was a student in Iran. My dad became a diplomat. I came here. Otherwise, I would be in Tehran fanning some kebabs for you on the corner. True. I thank this country. I really thank this country, right? I'm a citizen by choice because I believe in Constitution. But you look at it. That's a positive slippage. We got a positive slippage here, but we have to disclose it to you. Our goal at the time was where's this cursor? 29. We ended up at 32. Why? People are trading in OTF room. They're seeing it. Everybody on OTF gets OTF Lite. Why? Because that's we have one platform. I'm not going to open a new place. They're helping me. They're looking, double checking. They're doing all the data for the transparency purposes. All the detail. So they'll see that. And then when we didn't put the order out, but we're looking for it, then it runs up. I hit the sell button. Boom! It's filled. The fill is less than half a second. It's highly liquid. Look at the math. Let's go through the math here quickly. Let's go to main. Okay. Oh no, let's see. No, that doesn't do that. Yeah. Here, let's do this. NQ H20.D, right? Here's today. So today, the .D contract traded 281,000 contracts. Because right now, is this open yet? No, the futures are just beginning to open, haven't opened yet. So this is for tomorrow, the legal day. For today's legal, but DOT is a date that's just finished. 281,398. So in 281,390, hold on, 280, say 282 times, what's the price? 86.73 times 20 bucks. That's 48 billion. Let's see, no, is that right? No, hold on. 282. Hold on. 281,398 times 786.73 times 20. I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah, there's 1,000. It's $48 billion. That's the liquidity. This is the notional value of this contract. Just A and Q. ES is even bigger than that. Okay. Why? That's 500 names. Those are the 500 best assets in this country. You're betting on the assets of this country. It's not a joke. And million traded there at 321, but times 50. Okay. The notional per contract is the same, but look at the liquidity. These are highly liquid assets. A lot of people are involved in it. This is the best on the. You're up and against best on the brightest because of leverage involved. We did the calculation: 175 to 1. It's not for kids. But that's why Monroe says those returns are incredible. Yes, they're incredible, but they're not easy to achieve. Not all by myself. I need all the help I can get from the experience, from the data, from people in the chat room, from Admiral, from the algorithm. This algorithm is looking for block trades. That's why we have those panels. Because if you take the data down and we can only do it with Office 365 because you have so many lines as a row. As each trade comes in, each trade is number of contracts and a price. Okay. Now we can do, I believe, 1 million lines now. You could do it. If you run that through a fast Fourier transform, you could see the cycles. You could see the ripples on the lake, if you will. Those are not one ripple. We found out. So we rated into OTF fractals. What we're using here is OTF fractal. That's why we lowered the number of assets we're looking at, but concentrating on the good ones that are very, very liquid. ES, NQ, FTAX for those who want to trade at night, and crude. They trend very well, and they're very liquid. So what did? We increased our odds. Rather than going after this and that and Apple and Amazon, no. Let's stay with what we can do. It's a cookie cutter. We can repeat. I think going forward, we're going to be doing good. Again, 20 handles were my loss. You take that back out here on this number here. Right now, the checksum is 12, which is the same number as here. Okay, we divide checksum, make sure we're correct. And 454, 20 of that is mine. And I'm not a yes trader, so I bowed out to the Admiral. Go. I've had one losing trade, one losing day. Not losing trade, I'm sorry. I had a number of losses yesterday, but I came back. The key, what I want to do is go home positive for the week. That's my goal, always. You know why? You have the best weekend. And you come in like a roar on Monday. Singles and doubles, boom, boom, boom. Okay? Yes, this gave 917 return. If you do the math, one contract you have paid for at this, I guess, several years of this. That would be 3 years now. At the $250 a month, retail value, that's $3,000 a year. The first 2, 4, 6, 8. The last, in 8 days, you're paid for 3 years. Okay? Our offer is still as good for today. Remember, our price goes up. I know we're underpriced this. I understand that. But 250 would be January 1st. If you guys want to come in now, get the best price, 200. After tomorrow, we'll go to 225 for a balance of January. That's a different link I'm going to give you because the link you have is going to die. Also, we added, what do you call it? Yeah, don't go through this link. One second. This is, yeah, there we go. By the way, we put Capitan there, but we don't know yet. This is Capitan. But that's why you got the credit line increase at, what do you call it? At Books Brothers. But anyhow, don't go through this link. This is the standard link. We just added performance there so we can snap these to you daily. Okay? We do have the detail also. But as this thing builds up, we probably have to go to weekly. We want to build the equity curve. We're gonna, just like we do with the PMT. Just like we do with PMT, which has the equity curve in there for you. Hold on, let me go here. And now we're going to add it to menu. We don't have it to menu yet. We will. As I said, we're going to be on new servers on Saturday. But if you go here, here's our equity line. You see what we have done? We're going to build one of those, but we need more data points. But and this is a recap. The detail goes one line at a time. Nancy and Ziriat help us toward the last hour of the day to go through it. Why? While we're fresh, if there's an issue, we can go back and take a look and say, this doesn't make sense. What happened? We're going to take a look at it. So we get our tally. But I want, at the end of the day, get it done. Also, one more thing. I do charts at the end of the day on the blog. The blog writes this to NQ. I got to figure out how to write it to yes. Maybe you don't need it. But if you see some charts, don't be so, not that one, but end of the day charts. Hold on. Where was it? Hello, it was there earlier. Huh? Murray, it was there. There you go. These are our charts. These come from the blog. If you click on that, it takes you to a blog. And they get posted, usually try the last hour, an hour after the close. Okay. I haven't done today yet. What else I want to go over to? So Mario was asking about that, what happened with those trades. That was how it was. Now he was asking, can we do a color this, color that? You know what? I'm time bankrupt. These are clearly written, and you have the Twitter and we have the chat. There are multiple levels you could see what it is. Okay, he'll get used to it. None of you guys have any issues. If there were, you would have told me. Nothing happened. But now one more thing. Double bought, double sold. Okay, let's go to the trades themselves. I do that sometimes. If things are going against me, I have a tolerance. If it's getting close to the stop, I'm going to get out. I want to beat that. It's a double bought. That means I was short. I went long. Notice the fills there. 816 is where my hit is. I was short. It ran up. I double bought. So that's my entry. Okay. And you do it. You have a button there on the trade station called reverse. On each account, you go click reverse, reverse, reverse. Boom, boom, they all rotate back. Okay. And it wipes out all of your stops too. It cleans every position you have. In terms of working orders, because you have to start fresh. Your bias has changed. Not something I suggest we do. A lot of times you lose money on these. Keep that in mind. Experience says you're better off holding. But sometimes there's no bottom. You're going to go. You don't know. We don't know what the next tick is. It's just that over a long period of time, reversing is expensive. But sometimes it works. And it works like, what was it? One day, it actually worked in my benefit big time. Look at this. I lost on both ends. Had I held on, look at that. Had I held on, I would have made money. I didn't. So you have to be careful. Nobody knows. Order flow can change on us on a dime. Okay, Evelyn. Evelyn had an email on Tuesday, 10:57. Let me go over that. Okay, let me get that. Tuesday, 10:57. No, that's Saturday. No, that's a different email. Sorry, I have 15 emails. Hold on, I'll find it. Okay, this is Bam. Okay, there we go. Had to do with general comments, questions. I want to read them and answer back. Okay, there we go. They were good questions. He has signed up. Plan to start coming to the webinar. Fine. I want to know the amount of inquiries you will be as many as the past few days. Not really. I'm trying to actually have more funds coming in that I've got to put to work. This is our year-end discussions, and now they're showing up. So I'll be a little bit busier. I try to do what I can take out of the market first 2 hours. I do not want to do middle of the day. If I'm stuck there, that's probably I'm going to lose. That's a good experience. Plus, I have psoriasis. I want to go outside, get some sun. I want to swim. I got to get some humidity in my system. Sitting in a highly air-conditioned environment with 21 monitors is not very conducive to get rid of your psoriasis. So, no, I would not plan to be that heavy. But, and you don't have to take all the trades. Keep that in mind. I suggest you miss the first trade in the morning. A lot of people do that, not just mine. A lot of people say, and I usually trade very small first trade. I just want to get some skin in the game. I want to warm up. I want to forget everything else, the news, the girlfriend, all that. Gotta go away. What I had for dinner, it's a chart. It's a battle zone. I got to deal with that. So that's what I want to do on the first trade. It's very small. If I see a warm up, does it work? I will continue. Sometimes you have to reverse. So that's one. What you need to be is a bit confused. on the number of trades, I suggest you open TweetDeck and keep them separate. Again, TweetDeck is tweetdeck.twitter.com. I believe in our system, this is what it is. We have a link for you on the. I believe it's one of these things. No, not there. Hold on here. If you go to, have we signed up here? Let me see. If I go, let me sign up here quickly. You remember, you can log in. This is your login. Here's your TweetDeck. Okay, there we go. We talk about it. If you click on that, it takes you there. Yeah, that's it. They're redirecting it, right? You can go there. So open different columns. This is directing with NQ because I'm on this browser. I've signed in with NQ. So, but yeah, there's a link there. We can update that because it's pointing at an old link. We'll update that. The webinar tray will be added right here. Make sure you're following these two. Make sure your profile, you have your server thing. Let me see. Let me check one thing here because I don't want to give passwords away. Let me check. Okay, there we go. Here is my profile. So let me go back. Yeah, in the years before, it would show passwords, and that's mine. Is the master password, Havoc. And I think one of my guys was watching it before the webinar finished. I changed my password. that's how they are. Okay, so I've got different. If you have multiple subscription, you have different landing pages. Okay, so I'm going to OTF Lite, but here's my review, my account. That's the one that controls your password. I mean, everything else and all that. Make sure your handle is here with the @. Here's why. January 1st, we're going to go on a reverse lookup. We're going to go into here, and these 1850 are going to get reduced massively to those paying only. But how do we know who's paying? The only way we can do this, because these are all accounts. We don't know, you can have aliases, you can have anything you want. Because we go here, we need to make sure this handle, this is your handle. Now that's your name, but the handle is the one with the @ is one of our paying customers. If not, you're gonna get blocked. Now we can unblock you, but you have to go through the pay first. Okay, so take advantage of it today at the 200 a month rate. Your clock starts immediately, by the way, but that's the advantage you get. After tomorrow, on Saturday, we go to 225. January 1st will be 250. Now those are monthly payments. These are quarterly payment, 600 first, 675 for the next 3 months, and then 250 a month. But because that's our limitation we have, how they allow you to block these. And as you go here, this is how you get in. You click on that. It's going to check your email. I'm going to put 1.1, whatever. 1@1. I'm just testing here, right? This allows you, goes in there. Should you put your email out? So if there's an email, there's a problem, like Yahoo or AOL, please change it. You're not going to get the emails fast. Okay. Oh, that's went to 250. Okay. You see that went to 250. This is our regular program. Now, the one that we're going to give you that's ongoing was in the emails is a BT1, which is Beta Testers 1. Okay. If you go there, everything looks the same, except this is a different button because you get a discount. You hit the 1.1 there or whatever you want to put it. But make sure your email is correct. I know my email is good because with Yahoo we have problems. With AOL we have problems. That means that you're going to sit in a bad, and we have to send you through Gmail. You may get things late, so you know. Okay, but here's what's going to explain to you: 600 for the first 3 months. You commit to 3 months. Then another 3 months if you don't cancel, and then monthly. The BT2 that we're going to give you on Saturday, you not have the first one. That's gone. Starts with 675 for 3 months, and then goes to 250 a month. Okay, so you get some discount there, and that's part of being part of our beta with us. We appreciate that. I'm putting up with our changes. We have to change this. We have to change that. Let me move forward. More of the question. She says, I'm going to start with a simulator. Bravo. She had not training with the beta. Excellent idea. All platforms have simulators. Please do. Here's my issue. If you're not making money in simulator, something is wrong big time. Because I'm posting in real time. Maybe you have distractions. Okay, you gotta pay attention. Okay, you gotta see why that is. Maybe your platform is not very efficient. I mean, I wouldn't trade with Schwab. I don't know if they even offer that. I wouldn't even trade with TD Ameritrade. You know, what do you call it? Admiral's buddy, Tom Sasanoff, Thinkorswim. To me, I mean, I have one client over there. I hardly trade his account. He bitches all the time. I'm telling him, Patton, you want to do it my way, we do it my way. We're not going to do it your way. So he's thinking about moving it, but TradeStation or interactive. That's where I suggest you guys go. We're not into give you recommendation. Think of it as alphabetical listing, But I know things not to do. If we go into a market meltdown, you're gonna melt down with TD Ameritrade. You're gonna melt down with Schwab. They're not set up over what we do. Okay, you're in a fast platform. Also, no wireless connection. You don't want anybody to get into your account. Wired only. Everything. I mean, I have a mouse that's not wired. That's it. Everything else is high wired. I use 500 up and down. 500 up and down. Probably right now is a good presentation time wise. But here's my speed test. You'd see. I use the independent speed test so they can't cook it, but you can see what we're doing. And then I have a backup, which is a 40 megabyte, and then 2 MiFi's from Verizon. So I've got multiple way of getting to my accounts. I have to, because I carry a different burden than you guys do. If something goes wrong, I have to get to you guys, plus the accounts at TradeStation and Interactive. Not easy. Let's see. You need to practice with the stops. Absolutely. Key point on the stop management is when we go into, here's you see, this is 525 down. This is up. It's crucial. Because I'm getting to you guys. That's the upload and orders going in. Here's the data coming in. You want your dome to be fully occupied. What is the dome? Dome is depth of market. Again, here, if I go here, I open a depth of market. Oh, there we go. Here's the depth of market right there. This is what's running it. This is your depth of market. You want to see these volumes to be quick. At night doesn't matter. On fast markets, believe me, you pay for it. Let's see. I don't know what ATM is. ATR. I meant ATR, not ATM. Yeah, Evelyn. ATR in Ninja. Yeah, ATR comes with a code. We also publish it for you. Let me go here. That's the wrong screen. Let me come back here. 1 second. That's average true range. Oh no, hold on. What am I doing? Hold on. Oh, the first one. There you go. This is a DMZ. Yeah, there's the average true range. Yeah, not ATM, ATR. Yeah, ATM. You're thinking at the money. That's options. Okay. Now JR was another gentleman who was. I forget. JR, you're here. Can you tell me what? I tried to find your email again, the one that you had questions on, or was it text? Maybe you text me. Not about to get into the webinar today. I'm talking about you had a suggestion or two. By the way, guys, JR has a lot of suggestions, but we use a filter. He's a good friend, so we can use a filter. Hey, Johnny is here. Island Johnny. Shouldn't you be drinking right now? What are you doing here? So hold on. Let's see. JR, where are you? Type in the question section, please. Okay. Guys, you got to have a sense of humor. This is a tough business. Let's see. There's a question. Let's see what you guys have. Okay. No, you had a question about it. Excel is simple. Yeah. Oh, it was a question on Excel? Okay. Okay, Philip had to leave. All right. Yes. Dave Bullock. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have your setup. You got that. Okay. Yes. Here's the reason. They go to 1/8. 1 second. I keep an eye on these. Yeah. You have to. Let's see. Where is the FMC calendar? No. Is it this one then? Hold on. No. These browsers, I bookmark these. Hold on. 20. Oh, futures margins. There you go. Here you go. Futures margins. There you go. If you go to futures margins rates, yeah, they went to 1/8. So your initial margin is 63.90. You need 1/8 of that. So 69.30. I'm sorry. Divide by 8 is 825. 60. No, hold on. 69.30. Divide by 8. It's 866, and then maintenance is 6,300. Oh no, I think it's maintenance. 6,300 divided by 8. No, I'm sorry, they've changed it. Okay, it's changing. Okay, it's 12% of initial, so it's 1,860. This is changed. Yeah. Divide by 8, 866. So what we need to do is go over here into that in our recap and say 866. This has gone to 866. Okay, and so that changes. We're going to come back here, go back to the margins, Everything was here, right? Okay. And that is 79.20 divided by 8. That's still 990. So they've changed this one. 69.30 divided by 8. Yeah, it used to be a quarter. Dave, there used to be a quarter, just dropped it. And it happens to everybody. I said you have to call in because it's before you were by half. They could drop it to a quarter, but they want to talk to you first. So make sure you understand that. We'll go there too. Sure, Evelyn, you got it. So I said, okay, now, so this was 25% of initial. For day trade only, and you have to have more stops in there. They won't allow you to run this without stops. Okay? They'll bust you. I mean, basically come and say, as of tomorrow, like the moment you finish your trade, they have a sigh of relief. They come to you and say, you can't do this anymore because you're not using the stops. And your stops cannot be half of this amount. So if the stops are, let's see, if it's 825, I mean 866, your stop on the S&Ps cannot more than 8 handles. Divide by $50 is 430, 8.66. So if you use 9 handles, they bust you. This is because there's risk control on their side. They're taking a risk with you. So this has to be one half of that. So 12 and a half of that is 866. You can take up to 8 handles of it, which is, think of it as divide by 100. 860 divided by 100 because it's half of 50 times. Same thing here. 79.20 divide by 8 gives you what? 990. Now the stop there can't be more than that. So that's divide by 2 and then divide by 20. You can't go more than 24 handles. At 24 handles, they'll bust you. Okay? To the extent that you don't have margin, they'll go after it. But you have to keep on using. I mean, they'll bust you in the sense that they're going to double charge you. They use 25%. But if you use the stops consistently, they'll leave you at 12.5. You got to show you have discipline. You don't have discipline, they're not going to trust you. Okay? Makes a big difference if you're, I mean, for small guys, for me, I actually use a small margin. It won't make a difference. I tell them, hey, this is what it is. But you got a guy who's got $1 million in, you got to listen to him. That's a big gun. Okay? Yeah. And I got to appreciate that. At 30% drawdown limit I have on a contract with them, that's 300,000. The guys allow me to go down 300,000. That's not a joke, guys. So what he says goes, and if he says you're not trading enough, Farry, then I got to trade a little bit more. So, anyhow, you have mini masters. That's a problem. Yeah, check yours on IB. These are exchange amounts. This is I think here's what they did. Stocks went to 0. When Schwab and everything went to 0, I got a call and they said we have to respond to that. You're a future trader. We don't want you to trade the stocks. We want you here. We're going to do this. We're doing it for a few. We're going to watch it, but you got to use stop. If you don't use stop, we're going to bust you. I said, fine. I always use stop. But mine's are more of a disaster stops. Why? The NQ moves so much. The reason I'm making money, Monroe, is that I'm not getting busted on my stops. How do I go do that? ATR, quantified. Quantitative trading. Simple. Don't make it too complex. Mechanical. That means you're wounded. You're coming back. You got bullets everywhere, but you're going to land that aircraft. Okay, you have to. So you get wounded. You got a bad day. Just look at the screen. That's your number. Go. You don't have to sit down and analyze and have a slide rule and figure out where you are, which time zone you're in. So, Evelyn, should we use NQ or ES or not both at the same time? It's up to you. But if you're starting, I would take one for a while. Yeah. And ES would be a little bit easier. Okay, Evelyn, we're gonna walk, then we're gonna run. Okay, yeah. Evelyn, NQ is, and it's certainly not if you knew both at the same time. No, I would say yes for a while, maybe NQ a little bit later, and then both. You can never do both up front. You're gonna die. There's too much to manage, too much coming at you. You gotta be realistic about that. You know, I don't want to give you telling you this is easy. This is, you're up against best and brightest. Look at the returns. If you want those returns, you really have to be ready. Explain tranches. Okay. Tranche in this operation is one contract for what you're doing. Okay. One contract. Why? Because I'm taking an account size of, let's say, 10,000. Okay. And then maybe, people say normally trade one contract per 1,000. maybe we could double that, so to 5,000. So one contract per 10,000 is a rule. But the exchange says you use a lot less. Use 990. Okay. Use 866 for ES. To me, if you're starting new, that's too much. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself more room and give some buffer. So then, A, you're not leveraged out, so they don't call you a margin. 2, you have some room, or you could be wrong, within the parameters we give you. Okay? So the tranche for you is 1. Now, I have to, remember, I'm trading size, I'm reporting it to you. I have to have transparency in what I've done. Okay? Therefore, rather than saying one contract, I say one tranche. Okay? Now, don't go after 3 tranches. You gotta live with it. I went 1 day to 7 tranches. Most of you guys will have a heart attack. Not that anything wrong. It's just that you used not to use the program. The program is not set up to 7. It's not even set up for 5. I mean, 3 plus 1. 3 we're gonna use. Why? I always trade multiples of 3. Okay, I can manipulate that a lot easier in terms of, move. If market goes against me, I learned from Admiral in 2008. I trade down below, leave that up there. I trade for 2-3 contracts, 2-3 contracts. Why? I want the time go to my side. I've seen something. I'm going to go there. Market says, no, I don't agree with you yet. Your time has not come. I'm running down the clock in a way. But I don't want to get busted, so I wait. Maybe an hour from now or half an hour will show up. In between, I make a couple of handles here, 2 handles there, 3 handles, times the multiple. Hey, adds up. Hello. But I got to wash out. Block out what I'm in wrong earlier, okay? And I need to have account size to protect that. So, to start, once you get comfortable with execution, what the fills are, what is your system set up? Remember, I've been doing this for years. I got 21 monitors here. I got 4 level of trade access point on 4 different ISPs here. Well, 3, but 2 of 2 Verizon, 1 CenturyLink, and 1 Summit Broadband. They can't all be down. You may not be in the same place sometime, okay? I've got battery backup for everything. I've got extra batteries for laptops, always charge ready. I'm ready for a battle all the time, okay? So that's different. You got to slowly walk yourself up the ramp. So 1 contract only per 5,000, maybe 2 for 10,000 for now. 3, you top it. That's it. No more, no mas. 3 contracts. Why? It's easy to do on 3. For example, I go in with 1, 2, 3, build up, get my BE. Now I've got a position of 3. In that account could be 50 times 3, so 150 contracts are on. Okay, 50, 50, 50. 50 for $1 million account is nothing. Remember, I got to move the needle. Okay, so, but you put that in, and that of course adds stress to me, because if I go wrong, I'm wrong big time. But then when you hit the target, I take 2 out. I move my stop to break even. Okay, or tighten up on my trading. That's a house money now. I'll take 2 out at my target, bring the other one to break even. I can't lose. That's one hell of a setup. Okay, boom. That's why I do a multiple of 3. Who I learned from? Not directly, but from movies and talking to a few people. Peter Eliades in '87. He sat next to Paul Tudor Jones and Peter Borish, Goodfellow Admiral. They were the kings of '87. As Admiral was in Chicago, these were in New York. Peter Eliades is a very good friend of mine. Greek guy, he lives in Santa Rosa. He taught me multiples of 3, 2 at the target, move 1 to break even. You can't go wrong. It's all about stop management. It's all about money management. It's not about what's forward of you, what's in front of you, and you're a cowboy. Think about what's coming at you from the back. The hole in the wall gang may be coming after you, so you have to watch it. Okay. What's this? Okay, I will go there. Sure, no worries. Hold on 1 second. No worries. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish the questions here. So don't go out too yet, Evelyn. I'm just looking at your questions. I'm being very upfront with you. My dad was a diplomat. I'm not. I'm going to call it the way it is. You may hurt you. Don't take it personal. I'm trying to help you. Okay? Don't go to the car two assets yet. Handle 1. That's how it takes you, step at a time. Also, I am the king of house money. I want to use house money. I don't want to trade my own money. I want to trade for my winnings. So I do very small until I build up a little winning. Then I take a portion of that and bet that. You know what? Your head works a lot cleaner. So tranches are one. Now, if your account builds up, or you get a what do you call it? You 3 months from now, you really like what you're doing, and if you look at the math, it builds for itself, and or maybe you get inheritance, then your tranche size goes to 2. But based on where I pull the trigger, or Admiral pulls the trigger, then it goes to 3 very slowly. That's what the tranche is. Okay, it gives tranche is a way. Tranche for me is a governor, like a steam engine governor. It creates a governor for me between different account sizes. You don't have to worry about that. But I could be up to 15 accounts under exempt CTA. So right now I'm running 7. So it's quite a bit. Actually, I run them in different screens. I go back and forth. By the way, sometimes they're running also ES there. It's a different account, same account number, but different DOM. Because you want DOM is for high-speed trading. Here's what happens. Hold on. Right here. When you move your cursor, it's ready to buy and sell. You see that? Yeah, I just click, boom, boom, goes. And if you open the side of this, it gives you the buttons too for red and green buttons. Okay, we're not going to go there. This is a counter. I can't show the confidentiality of it, but it opens up. I believe there's a, if you do it right, there's a buy and trade bar. There we go. If you put that inside of that, you can do it next to a DOM. You lose some of these columns here. You get tighten up, but then you have the buy and sell buttons next to it. Okay. So that's what DOM is. It's just for high speed, but please, let's walk. Let's see. You're on IB. Interesting. Sure. Can you, for fun, can you walk to the 1062? Is this today? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me go there. 10. This one. Okay, it's 27. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's see. We'll go there. Hold on. So I'm going to bring the chart up. Let me put it here so I can see it because I want to put a cursor up. The timing on that says order went out at 10:06:02. So we go to 10:06:02. First, how the message got to you. All right. So we gotta go to the tweets. Okay. That is 10:06:02. 8 hours ago, 10:06:02. Hold on. It's 6:40. What the hell was that? Okay. What time was this? Hold on. 9:43. How come we don't have it there? I gotta have or maybe it was there. No. Okay, so hold on. First of all, that's gotta be added. We're missing that. That was 9:43 a.m. Remember, everything is Eastern, so 86:40. Okay. Oh, yeah. 10:47. Okay, okay. So that must be okay. So let's go behind that. That should be behind that. Remember, you get this in live trade coming to you. 10, 36, no, 27, 32s. There you go, right here. Okay, here we go. If I'm right, let's see, we bought 1026, we sold, right? There we go, okay. So actually this order started way before. The count is 4 tranches. So here's your flat again, okay? That's the time we went flat. Why it shows 8:39 a.m.? Hold on. Murray, hold on. What is the problem here? Edit. This time zone should be, something is wrong here again. It can't be it. Hold on 1 second. I bet you, no. Hold on. This is, hold on. I think this time zone is off. Hold on. Time zone, yeah, this guy can't be time zone. This is US. I mean, Eastern. It hasn't happened. Save changes. Okay. Oh, yeah, hold on. Don't look. Don't worry, you can't tell. That's digits. All right, so now we go back here. Yeah. Yeah, it's showing to me, and it should be right there. So 9. So hold on, we were below this. Hold on. December 18. No, that's today. That's yesterday. So should be here. Third trade. 9 hours ago. Okay. Where do I go flat? There we go. 34s, 6. Yeah. Oh, that was yesterday. Yeah, that was a really bad mistake I did yesterday. Really messed my head. Okay, so hold on. Third trade. Okay, is that a third trade? Hold on. 1. Yeah, that was a quick one. That's quick one. Then 2, 2, 2. Yeah. Okay. So 8622. Okay. Oh, that's the stop engage. Sorry. Last ad. 3 tranches long. Okay. What happened here? Hold on. 32, 8 hours ago. What time is this? 10:26. I think that's the one, right? Okay. 8:32. Hold on. That's I sold half. Hold on. Let me come back. 86.36. Okay, this is after that. Just right before this. Okay. Here it goes right here. Okay. MBS 31 BE stands 86. So it's very simple. Here we got 4 tranches, 27 fill. Right. That's 06. Okay. So this is the 10:06 trade. There you go. That's what you're talking about. But remember, that's the 4th tranche. So you guys, if you gotta watch me. Now the first trade, 4th tranche of that trade. Okay. So we come in here and let's see, 3rd trade. That's the new. We're flat here. We come there. So we start that at 9:49. If you bring this over, you'll see that's a 9:49. Okay. They gotta have a zeros in front of it. I gotta go and add that. They need a zero. That's Nancy. I'll explain that to her. Okay. So we started at that. That's the 3rd trade at 8:32. Okay. Boom. So what happens is there's your 8:32 right there. Okay. So now ATR is 6 handles. Okay, for 15 minutes. Okay. Moving up. 8:33. Now what happened there? Did we drop something? I think so. It was an ad. Okay. Now we did drop. The Twitter dropped the instruction. Sorry, it has happened right here. Okay. There's your stop at 6:22. Did I'm saying last ad? Usually don't buy it. I say last ad, but I usually time my ad. Yeah. It's called greed. So went in at 6:33 twice. Here's your 6:33 twice. 1. Notice the timestamps are different. Okay. Again, these have to have zeros in it. I'm going to, except Admirals. Admirals doesn't do seconds. Why? Because his he waits for the market to come to him. So that we don't leave that there. So 33 is there. We're along 3 trees. Make sure the count is correct. Make sure if you got 3, 4, 5, whatever tranche we have, make sure counts match. These are clicks. They record your clicks. Okay. When you go on the platform, they're gonna record your clicks. As this thing moves, the moment you click it, they're recording this in the background. You sign on your contract saying they would. Okay. I was on a deal where somebody tried to stiff arm the big brokers, and they showed it to me, and that was just incredible. And the guy was trading on the side as a coach, and he had 100 contracts on. He went against him. She was blaming that, I didn't do that. That was a mistake. They showed her the clicks. She closed her account and left. Yeah. She was so embarrassed. And of course, you lie, you're going to get caught. Why are you lying? That was a loss. Take it. Be a man, move forward. Okay, we're adding a 4th one. One more. Remember, we said 3 long. This was the last ad. Famous last words are never true, or most of the time not true. And then there's a computation. Where's your BE is? Why? You have all the BEs coming in. So you go back and you say what my stop is going to be. We have given you what to use as a stop. It hasn't changed. 6 handles. For a 6 handle, what were we doing before? 12, I believe, or 10. But we're using 10. That's a 6 ATR. Use 10. Okay. Now, from where? From your BE. Because you have to clear everything and reopen it again. You clear all your work orders. You don't close. Close will close your position. You clear the working orders. You compute with back end. Boom. Okay. You gotta give yourself some room. That's how you make that money. Yeah, you can't. You have this thing moves so fast. If that's an art. If you don't get the stop wrong, you're gonna get stopped out all the time. You paint a couple of handles here and there, it adds up. You go home negative. That's what was happening with the ES. I couldn't trade it. You know, it's just not me. All right, so 31. I'm telling you, MBS. We talked about the MBSs. That's a bias, a short buy or short. So the bias is there at this level. Now, if you go to the chart, you would see. Remember, we're looking at all these screens at the same time. This is MBS. This is MBS. This level, okay. 8622 was MBS. So somewhere down here we're trading, as at that time it was, okay. 822, as it moves, the MBS is going to change and then resets to the evening when the evening opens. So that's what we had on that. Just walking through here, okay. MBS. Then cover 1/2 of the 4, 2 gone. Put my 32s, okay. 2 tranche long now. Sell all. I meant sell all. 86, 36, 37. Bingo. Cha-ching. Close all your orders. Limits, if we had given you a limit, or stops, we always give you a stops. And you're done. Hello. Welcome to my America. Yeah. Pay attention. Do your work. Then after that, you can go do whatever else you want to do. That's the beauty of this. Work a couple of hours. Let it go. Go back to the rest of your life. Don't sit here all day. That's not what you're supposed to do. Okay. What else? Let's see. I'm going back to the questions. Let me see what other question we have. JR, you're over your limit. Just kidding. I give JR a lot of trouble. I did show on the chart. JR, you got to come down. 10:06 on the chart? Yes. Okay, sure. Of course. Of course, there. Hold on. Yep. Now, I don't use this screen for the chart. The software is the same. The screen just bigger. This is 27-inch. That has 55 and it's curved. So that by eye pressure across the screens. Oh, by the way, I have a 10:30 tomorrow. So I'm going to be here early, trade a little bit tomorrow, and then be back maybe. But it's expiration. So, and I had a great week, so I'm not going to mess around. Here we go. Open this up. 10:06:02. This is 10:06:02 right there. That's where it was, right about here. How do you like that? Look what happened here. There was support. Then cha-ching goes. That's how we close it. We close on this bar. Got to understand this format. This is what's called a blast configuration. It's going to build a blast, especially if it does not violate red DMZ. It goes in there. It's going to shake all the weak longs. They're puking here. They're nervous. Oh, because they have small stops. Boom, it turns around and takes off. Easy, easy, sailor. Now he's greasing me. Easy, sailor. Remember, I've trained 8,000 traders, so easy. This is luck. As I said, I'm very lucky. That's why my birth number is 7. Look at my car license. It's 7 patent. This is all luck. That's all. And as Admiral would say, if you believe that, he's got something for sale for you. Under a lot of snow in Chicago. Or ice, yeah. Coming to Lake Michigan, he's got a boat for you for sale underneath the water, right? No, but seriously, you got to watch these patterns. I'm a chart pattern guy. And the first package I used was my own AI pack. Neural net package on a Spark station. We were doing bonds based on patterns. So we were coding what was happening inside of these bars to get the pattern. As that pattern matches, it gives a forecast of what was happening 5 minutes forward. Show you how to suffer. Very easy. You press a button. How slow you want to do. Here, it's right here. Right here. You go to, it's a link we send you. It's a BT1. So we have to send that. We'll send you again. It was your email, okay? It was in your email last night or night before. A couple of people came in, and they're not even in the system yet, but they saw the performance. But they were customers before. Yeah. So they were customers. They said, look, hold on. Let me go here. No. Was it last night? No, night before last. Night before last. So let me go. It's an MSA. Came from the EMS. There you go, right here. This is MSA right here. Right here. Okay. This is the email saying this is what we sent you. Okay, viewers, now we're giving you the last few days. Look at the lanes. Once we get a full page for a snap, we're not including it again. We have it. We have it on a chart. It's just that you want to know most recently we've done plus the recap. Here's the recap. Here's the multiplier. Here's the webinar for today. And we said, listen, this. The past week, 2 years of this was paid. Here's the link. This is the link you want to use. OTF link BT1. You click on that. This opens up. Boom. You open to it. Go to the bottom. Click on PayPal. You need to have your PayPal account. It's going to test your email. Okay, you got to put that in. If it's AOL or Yahoo, it's going to reject you. Make sure you use Gmail. The best thing is use Gmail. You know we're going to hit it. If you have some esoteric handle, don't do it. But that has to be your email on your PayPal. You got to make sure your PayPal is that. We have to serve by contract because we do is vaporware. We're not shipping you watches or what do you call it, or Pampers. What we send you is vaporware. It doesn't exist. It's not a physical delivery. So we can only serve you the email that paid us. It would be under PayPal rules. So if there is hanky-panky, there's a problem. There's got to be a solid audit trail. And we do not allow multiple emails because we don't want confusion. We don't want you to be confused either. Single email per person. You can change your email, but that's a different procedure. And it will close the account you have and open a new one. But the email you put in there is your primary PayPal email. How do you change that? That's under profile. And we already told you that right there. We're telling you all here. What things you can't do. Read them, please. Then anyhow, let's say you do though. I'm going to put in, for me, I'm going to put one-on-one. Because I'm not, my email doesn't need to be tested. Yours has to. So you go in there. It takes you to PayPal. What happened? Murray, what happened to it? Huh? Hold on. Okay. What happened? Hold on. Let's say hello 123 at Yahoo. Not sure that goes through. So let's say at Gmail or .com. Okay. Why is it not going there? Huh? Okay. Use IE. Sorry, use IE. There we go. So hold on. Yeah, somehow. What is that? That's oh, that could be a block on a pop-up, maybe. Yes. No, the pop-up came. Yeah. Use IE is the best. Okay, so that's a BT1. The link is there, right? Remember, this jumps to your default browser from email. So this is the one. Huh? Huh? Oh, OTF Lite. I'm sorry, that's right. OTF Lite BT1. You go there. That's it. You just go down below. There you go. And the reason this does this is trying to give you, take you to this page. This page is PayPal. Now it's secure. It's going to, now I've opened it several times. It's going to ask you for United Robot. Okay, fine. It's very, very rudimentary. It's going to take you there. Okay, now you should see our logo. It's going to tell you what package you're getting. It tells you the terms you're signing up for. You're not signing up for 1 month. You're signing for 3 months. You're in for 90 days. We don't do any pro rata. Make sure this is what you want to do. Then after that, it's not 90 days. Then levels out to a monthly. Okay? So it's like a lease. You do lease for the first year, then you're month to month. That's what it is. So you get a discount for being a beta tester. Get you in. The problem is that we can only have 3 prices there. 3 segments is total. And the last one, you want to be recurring on a very short basis to give you most flexibility. So we have to juggle it that way. Now tomorrow, I'm sorry, this will stay on tomorrow too, but Saturday, this will go away. So it starts with $675 for 3 months and then back to $250. Okay. When we offered this first, a bunch of people came in. We were only doing ES. And it was before I did some mess up. So I'm going to come in to do NQ, add value, and look what we have done. We are into value business. We'll always give you value. And we'll never raise your price. If this package is repriced at 300, let's say 6 months from now, let's say we get 1,000 people in here. We probably have to raise the price to 300. We're not going to touch you. As long as you don't do an NSF or cancel. If the NSF, they're going to cancel you, PayPal. You cancel going on vacation, you lose your pricing. It's called loyalty. Our loyalty program, we go back to day one. Yeah. I've got a guy on using CI since January, no, yeah, February of 2002. He'll be 18 years come this February, and he pays like a clock every quarter. Boom, boom. Because he uses CI. He's in Boston. He's a money manager. He swears by it. So, any question answered? No worries. No worries. Okay. You good? Okay. Anything else going on, guys? Any other questions for me? Okay, let's see. We have everybody. Charles, hey Charles, welcome. Evan, you had good questions. JR, you're a pain in you know what, but that's why we call you Peter. But you have good questions. Kevin, nice to see you. Monroe, thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Peter and Shari, bravo. When will it be up? Later on today. That's the post process. I'm gonna go have a cigar. Yeah, so the sooner we close it, the faster it gets the post processing. I want to make sure everybody's got the question. But sometime tonight. You get an email and we'll put it up. 2 places. Actually, we put it up on the landing page, membership page, landing page, sign up page, and on Twitter too. There's nothing here proprietary. I mean, we have the OTF charts, but you know, they don't get into too much detail. So we were very careful at the beginning with the OTF charts, but not anymore. Okay, let me close these and we're done. Okay. Any other questions for me? So have I gone over these? Yeah, JR was here. Yeah. Okay. Keep your tranches constant. Do not scale up fast, because if you lose, you got to give a few good weeks back. Okay. Be patient. Singles and doubles. Look what Admiral has done. Okay. Just singles and doubles. This we don't want. Let me close all of these. Make sure you use not AOL or Yahoo with us. We're going to clean up. Those who are on Yahoo email, they have to change their email. Yeah, we have to, because as we ramp up, it's going to slow down everybody, and I can't. We're head of a ship. You know, we're running a ship. We cannot sacrifice the whole ship for 2-3 people. Remember Crimson Tide? Close that hatch. Yeah, that's me yelling. Yeah, so we cannot do that. So let's just, we're good there. Yeah. New server coming on Saturday. It's in place on the rack. We've been working on it for a couple of months now. It's just the switchover is Saturday. Okay, it will not impact us. They were ready to go to tonight. Late tonight, I said no. Tomorrow's expiration. I'm not going to do that. It's a December expiration. Not doing that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, volume. Last week was a question. Volume. We're OTF. We need block trades. When we do block trades, we're looking at the massive amount of what's happening inside these bars. We wait 1 day. We wait the volume to shift themselves. I'm from Missouri. I'm a show me state. I want to see what the data shows. When the volume shifts, I go. Same thing with crude. We do crude too, but not for your program. For the big OTF and FDAX. Like tonight, we're going to go to the March contract. FDAX moves 1 day before the expiration. So that's what we did. That was another question that was there. Let's see. Oh, okay. So also on the sign up there, we've added this. The performance, we're going to keep updating there. As it gets bigger and bigger, you would have that. We'll also email it to you. But this is each day. Marked separately from me because it's a different asset. I already messed up some there for him, but 20 handles I messed up. So the total there is he's actually up 8 handle. I'm not. Okay. But I came back and did that with NQ. Now I'm aggressive. I trade in the mornings and I trade late in the day. I try to not trade in the middle of the day because I got to do admin stuff. I got to take care of Tico. So I got to take, I'm here for psoriasis, so I got to take some sun and a little swimming and so on. So Admiral, he's in the frozen lakes anyway up there, right? So he's a different animal than me. So anyhow, Admiral, would you like to add anything here? My jaws are getting tired.
No, all's good. It looks good. It's something that I think that they'll enjoy. Mm-hmm. So let's just move forward.
You got it, sir. Thank you. Great, guys. I got to give a credit to him. It was his idea. Yes, only. Let's do this to keep it simple. We develop a little more things around it to better hand-holding. Here we are. We've got 2 more weeks left of free trial. And then January 1st, we have to batten down the hatches and block those who are not paying customers. But enjoyed having you. Any questions, email us, and we'll see you in another webinar. I don't think we're going to have another webinar before New Year because nobody's going to be around, but we'll definitely have one in January. Okay, this is all about feedbacks from you and us getting back to you guys. Individual questions we cannot answer on email about the trading advice, but structure, methods, procedures, yes, no problem. But best is to keep it for a webinar so others can also hear it. It saves us some time for getting back to it because it's already covered. Like Monroe got all his questions answered based on the questions some of you guys sent in, which we appreciate. Have a great evening and best Christmas and New Year. And if in case Hanukkah, that too. Tico, that's for you. Enjoy it, and then we'll see you in next year. Okay. Good night. Now I'm sending to post processing. It'll take about an hour or so plus. Then we have to email it, all that. So give us 2 hours to 3 hours, and it will be ready for you. Okay. Good night now. Thank you all.